the stream. Oh, and I need music. Yeah, I can't keep humming along. I need music. Livecoding. Let's see, what shall we listen to today? Let's see. Oh, this looks cool. Let's try that. Let's go from the top. Hey, Hemant. You've been here for so long and I still don't know how to pronounce your name. That's kind of terrible. How's your thesis going? Did you turn it in yet? Hey Raphael, how are you doing today? So let's go documents and encoding DOM benchmark. I use OBS for live streaming, this thing over here, and then I use Restream to put it on. Oh, I think the music is too loud. I use Restream to put it on both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. There we go. Can you guys still hear the music, and is it not too loud? So we are doing the DOM benchmark. If I do yarn start, oh, a month and a half. Let's see, so localhost 3000. Hello, Burb. Okay, that's that. Birdo does his poops. Oh, and I think Jason made some commits to my DOM benchmark. Let's pull those. Git pull origin. Okay, let's see. I can bring the mic closer to my face. Can you hear me better now? It's less than what you'd want ideally. In time. Yes, I can imagine. Oh, the software for live streaming is OBS. Kiwi. Here. You dropped your toy. Oh, you don't want your toy? Okay, you just want to bite my fingers. Now is not the time for biting my fingers, Kiwi. We're trying to do stuff. Let's see. That was that. What did Jason recommend? Did he write my recommendations in his pull request? Let's see. I personally prefer React, but I haven't used Vue that much yet. So I'm biased towards React, and I haven't generally liked Vue that much when I did try it. Let's see. Okay. So we will do that. Oh, I need to open the actual project. Workshops, random coding, DOM benchmark. Yes, I do use a mechanical keyboard. I use this thing. So how far behind are you guys? I feel like you're pretty far behind right now. It's kind of annoying. From what you're saying on the chat and what I'm saying live, it seems like there's like a 20-second lag at least. Now let's see, close that. I need to check. Yeah, and especially now that they've announced at the Iceland JavaScript Conf, they announced the future of React, and it's like, why would anyone even think about Vue? But unfortunately, my day job CTO really likes Vue because it's easier to go from Backbone to Vue, because you can just copy paste code and templates and stuff. But I don't like that. What was it? Oh, I was trying to do this part. React benchmark. Here in should component update, we're going to do return false so that we use JSON's recommendation from here. Let's see, yarn start. Or maybe, probably if I stopped streaming in 5K, then there would be less lag, but what's the fun in not streaming in 5K? Okay, localhost 3000. We go down here, let's see. No, it's still relatively slow compared to... I'm not sure what's going on there. Time measured is between component will update and component did update inside the React part. Okay. Cool. Now let's see about Vue. How do I add Vue? Haha. How to always position. So the vertical axis in SVG is kind of annoying because it says that 0 is at the top when most people think 0 is at the bottom. So at Worlds, the way I would do that is if you're using D3 scales to handle your vertical axis, you just invert the range so that the beginning of your data maps to the end of your vertical range and vice versa. So something like this. Let me just show you real quick. Whoa. I love this. Okay, that's going into my blog for into my email for tomorrow. Let me just show this to Worlds real quick. What? What the hell is this stuff? I just want to make a new pen. Okay. So let's see, settings, JavaScript, we add D3. And we add a Babel preprocessor, so I know how to type. Y-scale equals D3 dot scale linear. The main is, let's say you have data that goes from 0 to 100. So then what you do is you make your range go from 100 to 0. That way when you console log y scale of 100, you're actually gonna get 0. Let's see. See, you get 0 output, and let's see. Like that. So this is specifically for worlds, so he knows how to do access, how to do vertical stuff. Okay. Oh, whoa, that's cool. Okay, bookmark or add to pocket. Now, Vue. How do we embed Vue in a React project? Because this whole benchmark is a React project. JSON suggestion for React benchmark. Hey Louis, I'm doing pretty good. How are you? Did you say you were from South America somewhere? I want to say Colombia, but I'm not sure. I'm just trying to figure out what time it is for everyone, because a lot of people complain that they don't get to see these live codings because of time issues. So let's see, how do I add Vue to my project? This is going to be fun and painful. Wrap Vue component in React component. Excellent. This is just what I needed. Cool, cool. Okay. Perfect. So let's see. Okay, cool. So how are you enjoying Colombia? I hear it's an amazing place to visit. Although I've never been there, but I've heard good things. Are you there for an extended period, or are you just visiting for like a vacation? Okay, so oh, let's see if I need to post some duns on Whip chat. Okay, no, I'm good. Cool. So we do that. now I'm gonna need to create a view component, and I'm gonna need to wrap things. Okay, do I actually have a Babel RC? I do not have a Babel RC. Okay, so now because I used NWB, I don't know where my Babel RC stuff is. So type React app. So let's see, NWB, does it let me configure my NWB? Let's see, we have, maybe it's in package JSON. I know some stuff gets, nope. Babel RC. Let's see. Okay. Oh, cool. There is a Babel configuration. Perfect. Okay. I guess we can try and see what happens if I just add it there. So we go to the config file and we say Babel is an object, and we have this thing. Let's say presets React and plugins viewer Babel. Okay. Let's see first if this still works, and then we can try if the view era stuff works. Can't resolve view. Right. Yarn add view. I could have guessed that. Although it's funny that it didn't install all the dependencies. But I mean, so let's see. Yarn start. So view era is this package that lets you compile, render view components in a React project, and that's why I'm using it. And if that's not going to work well enough, then I'm going to try the manual approach the same way I did with Preact, where I gave Preact I gave Preact control of the actual DOM node so that it wouldn't be affected by React. I'm going to try the same here unless view era works well enough. Cool. So that still works. Now let's see if I can make a simple view component and make this work. I don't actually know how to make a simple view component, so we're just gonna have to try. Here we're going to just render view benchmark, and I'm going to import view benchmark from ./benchmarks view benchmark.view, and then I'm going to touch that file, source benchmarks view benchmark.view, and when I open that file, I have no idea what to do. Wonderful. Let's see, maybe this can tell me how to make a simple component. Declarative rendering, hello view, yes, yes, yes. Just show me how to view one file component. So yeah, as Luke pointed out, I'm pretty sure I agree that View Era is going to add some overhead, which is not ideal, but even though it's not ideal, at least it gets us started so that we can at least get something working, and then we can worry about making it proper afterwards. So we have script, and we say module.exports. That's disgusting. Data function return greeting hello, and style is scoped, whatever. Okay, fine. Let's just completely copy it, just so that we see what happens, because I don't actually know how Vue works. I'm not good at Vue. Vue Era, why? Why are you useless? So I was kind of hoping that this Vue Era thing would give me everything I need to be able to compile Vue components, but apparently it doesn't. Or maybe my NWB config is wrong. Hi. Let's try again. Yarn add Vue Era. So what is this actually doing? Okay, so Vue Era Babel is a plugin that I think this means we added the plugin to our Babel thing. So the reason I think people who prefer Vue, I understand why people like Vue more than they like React. It comes with more. I think it's easier to get started with Vue from scratch, and it's easier to get started with Vue if you're used to the old way of working with things where you have templates and scripts and stuff. It's easier to get started, and it's easier to port old code bases to Vue than it is to port them to React. but I think React is the actual future, and React is actually I think React is the actual proper way of going forward with the web as a platform and all of that, or React or Preact or whatever, things of that nature, not Vue, because Vue still does this weird thing with templates and stuff. So like this separation, I personally think this is wrong, and this is pushing us back to the old way of doing things. And React also has a richer ecosystem right now, and is generally, I feel, better. But who knows? Vue has a lot of support from like Microsoft and things like that, whereas React has more support from Facebook and Uber and those companies. So who knows? Okay, maybe I didn't actually install Vuera correctly. Let's try that again. Yarn start. Right. So what is the point of Vuera if it doesn't actually enable Vue? Oh, there we go. Oh, but that's still... So this looks like the better approach, but I still don't know how to get Vue actually compiling. Yes, I do use a MacBook Pro. Okay, so how do I... Let's see, does this tell me? There. So the Vuera plugin doesn't actually allow me to compile Vue, it just does something to let me put it in React components. But how do I... let's see, what is it actually doing? Babel RC? No. Is there a way to check what the plugin is trying to do? Because let's see, what happens if I do this? Will I get the same error if I just disable the plugin? Because potentially I'm not adding the plugin correctly. Yep. Okay, so I'm either not adding the plugin correctly or the plugin isn't doing anything. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm a little bit stuck right now. So I'm either not adding the plugin correctly or the plugin is not doing anything. And I don't know how to check. Err. Okay, so I'm doing the right thing. I'm adding plugins. They're just not doing much. Okay, so let's see. View Babel config. Maybe that's what I'm missing. And maybe View Era just assumes that I already know how to do that. This seems way too long. Let's see. Babel preset for View App. Perfect. View Loader. That seems better. Okay, how do I get the view loader then? Do I need to add that to Webpack? Webpack configuration. Okay, so I can just add Webpack here and add a loader. Let's see, loader. How do I add loaders to Webpack? This is getting difficult. So we have Webpack rules for view, rules for view. We use view loader, and let's see. Yarn add view loader. Let's see if that works. Also, we are still pretty far away from actually doing the stuff we wanted to be doing, which is unfortunate. I'll be right back. I need to go find some more snacks. I think I need snacks. Yes, spin, spin. Okay, Kiwi, spin 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Good boy. That's really good. Okay. Yarn start. Hello, injections, lol. How are you doing today? What are you injectionsing? Okay, that's not working. NWB view loader. Let's see. Wow. I wonder what app they use for that. Okay. Why is it not telling me how to configure this? This is really not... Oh, okay, that's the introduction. How do I go next? Oh, the whole thing. Okay. There we go. Let's try doing it this way. Here we have rules. We're going to say test force / view end of file, like that. Loader is view loader with the default config. Let's see if that's gonna work. So the part I'm kind of struggling with right now is trying to figure out how to... Wonderful. What if we do it this way? So yeah, I don't have that much experience with NWB. Yarn start. Will it work now? Oh. Nope. So the problem I'm having is that I don't know how to add the view loader to the Webpack config I'm using, because I used NWB to create my Webpack config originally, and yeah. Okay. So we can try that. We say extra, Webpack extra, and in extra we add module, and we add rules with the usual array syntax, like that. I'm missing something. Like that. Will that work? Whoa. Unexpected token because I messed something up. So we close, that closes the module, that closes extra, that closes Webpack, and now that closes everything. Come on. Damn it. Aha. So now we have the view loader, and now view template compiler is missing. And I was expecting Viewera to do all of this. View template, what compiler? Template compiler. Cannot find module view template compiler. Let's see. Reinstall view loader. Great. Okay. So yarn update view. Okay. Remove yarn.lock. Yarn install. Very annoying. Kiwi, I think we're boring people with this shit. We need to get to the interesting stuff. No. Perfect. Yarn start. Unmet. That's a problem. I mean, all of these comments are from like 2017. ls node modules. View template. Oh, wonderful. So we have view template ES 2015 compiler, but we do not have view template compiler, and things get confused. View template compiler. Okay. Yarn add. Okay, let's see. Yeah, what happens if we disable view era babel? Let's try that. So apparently view loader is internally using view template compiler, but for some reason I don't have that. So let's see if we open node modules, view loader, and we check its package JSON, view template compiler. Oh, wonderful. What's even the difference between peer dependencies and dependencies? Let's see. Let's stir some shit up on the internet. That's always fun. Okay. Wait, what are these guys talking about? These are interesting guys to listen to. Huh. Okay. Now, how do I get view template compiler to actually install? Yarn add view template compiler. Okay, so I managed to install it. Now if I do yarn start, will it work? Okay, we actually compiled. Awesome. But does it actually... Let's see now if hello world shows up at the bottom there. Nope. Oh. So let's see. If I don't try to load view benchmark, okay, cool. So it looks like for view benchmark we're gonna have to wrap it because view era doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let's try the wrapper approach. Where is view era? View in React without the Babel plugin. Okay. So we remove this because it's not working, and we touch bench source benchmarks view benchmark wrapper.js benchmark wrapper, and we say import React from React import view wrapper from view era, and import view benchmark from /view benchmark, and we say export default is a function that wraps shit. It says div is a view wrapper where the component is our view benchmark, like that. Or we can, I don't think we need to actually wrap it in divs. It seems unnecessary. So this should work. Yarn start. And does it compile? It does not compile. Oh, view benchmark.view. Cool. Reload. Okay, this looks promising. We can see that view is doing something. So view is tripping up. We loaded the component, but it's not actually rendering anything. Right, so we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. We don't need that either. So our view benchmark is not rendering anything. Oh, cool, but I do have view. No. There should be something down here. So, okay, we have the benchmark source. Interesting. Oh, okay, no, that's that one. Then nothing shows up underneath. Okay. Now what? Ah, why did I close? Okay, we don't need that. We don't need that either. Scratchpad, no. This is not being rendered, even though this is being rendered. Let's make sure that this is actually being rendered. We do that, and we say h2 hello there. Does that show up? No. What? Okay, I'm definitely doing something wrong. So yeah, I think I'm either doing something incredibly stupid, like, yeah, like not rendering the view benchmark. That was an incredibly stupid thing to do. There we go. See, it works. Okay. We got view loading. So the next step is to figure out how view actually works. And yeah. Right, so I'm going to take all this copy from Preact or from somewhere so that I don't have to retype everything. Let's see. Let's use the Preact benchmark. So we take this, and we copy pasta it in here, and we change class name to class. Let's see. Oh, why is prettier not prettifying this shit? That's not cool. And we take this out, and we say h2 is view. How do I prettier this? VS Code prettier view. Okay, we're not gonna deal with that right now. But we like that, and we say view implemented as a single component, no Vuex, right? That's the state management library that everyone uses in Vue. A Vue component is wrapped in a React component. We're gonna do that later to fit into the project and handles its own rendering internally. Time measured is between things I don't know yet and other things I don't know yet inside the view part. Here we're going to say time to render is, so we have this thing. And then if I understand how this works, we have to time to render at like that, and current count is nodes.length, and we're going to pass in nodes as, I think, an array. We'll see if that works. Average time. Oh, and this needs to be a code as well. So code, time to render milliseconds, ms, and let's see. Time to render is, we start with 0, and node starts as an array, and average time starts with as 0. And we're gonna deal with buttons later. Okay, that's rendered. Now how do I iterate? View instance template syntax. Text, raw HTML, attributes, vbind, blah blah blah. We can deal with that later. Directives, vif, don't like that. Oh, that's another thing I don't like about Vue. All of this stuff reminds me way too much of Angular 1, and I remember hating Angular 1 with a passion because all this stuff was too complicated and got very confusing very quickly. I somehow feel better about putting HTML via JSX into my JavaScript than I do about putting my JavaScript into my HTML. And maybe that's not justified, but it's something I have always preferred. Shorthands, how do I loop? Does anyone know how I make a loop through some data in Vue? Vue template loop. Maybe I need to turn on the heater. List rendering, perfect. Aha. Okay, so we say div v4 equals node in nodes, or k in nodes. Yeah, k in nodes. Disgusting. And for each one of those, we render a div. Oh no, for each one of those, we just render the k. and this should be class. Require a v4 key. What? Let's see. And if I now do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yay, that worked. Unknown custom element buttons row. I know. We will have to add that. Okay. So the basics work. We have this rendered, but we don't have the actual benchmarking yet. So I need to hook into the view component lifecycle and get data out of it. Yes. So is there a view component lifecycle? But I think first I have to go to the restroom. Be right back. All right. If anyone is still there, I am back. I wonder if anyone is still there. But let's see. This is now, I think, huh? Yeah. So that works. Cool. We still have a few people around. So now what I can do is, I think I can change average time to be a computed property. No, first we need view component lifecycle so that I can hook into loading and updating so that I can actually measure the benchmark. View component lifecycle. The view instance lifecycle hooks. Perfect. Okay. Before destroy, before update and updated. Perfect. So we can say before update and updated. Now where do I put those? Before update. Oh, okay. Cool. I can do that. So before update, we say this dot start equals new date, and we say start is null at first. I think I can do that. Can I? Okay, I hope so. And then on updated, we can hi. On updated, we say, let's console log this first. Let's say new date. Let end equals new date. And we console log end minus this dot start. And let's see if that gives us stuff. No, it did not give us stuff. Okay, in the mounted hook, you will have full access to the reactive component, templates, and render DOM. Mounted is the most often used lifecycle hook. The most frequently used patterns are fetching data for your component and so on. Okay, maybe we need mounted. Maybe it's similar to, so before create, or is that in created? Is there a before create? Yes. Okay, so we also need before create. We say this dot start equals new date, and on created we then console log. We say let end equals new date, and we console log end minus this dot start. Let's see if that works. Aha, cool. 2 milliseconds, perfect. So now what I can do is can say this dot start bench, and on created and on updated we're gonna say end bench. So this dot end bench, and here we say this dot end bench, And here we say on start bench. Start bench says this start equals new date. And end bench and bench like that. Okay, let's see if that works. Ooh, no, it complains. This start bench is not a function, but it's a function right here. What about, oh no, this should be mounted, and maybe this should be created. Can I not add random functions to this? View add custom functions to component. What are you doing? Dude, are you... Don't pick out food from between your poops, that's disgusting. You act like we don't feed you, Kiwi. You are a very well-fed bird. Okay. Dude, stop being such a mischievous creature today. So does anyone know how to add custom functions to a view instance? What did you do here? View add functions to instance. So this is already something where view is being very annoying. How to add methods. No, I don't want to use it in many of them. I just want to use it in one of them. Methods. Why do I have to wrap this shit in methods? This is some bullshit. But let's see, maybe that will work. Okay, it seems to work. Yep, okay, that works. Perfect. Why? I don't know why this has to be so annoying, but there we are. So the app or the view part is just going to basically the whole app just measures the difference in DOM manipulation speed between frameworks. Okay, so we have this. So now we need to, how do I manipulate the data part? Right, this is going to be difficult. Because I only set time to render here, and we are, this is already after the thing is updated. That could be fun. Let's see. Okay, so we have that. Now we need to, we're not going to be able to add time to render there because we need to manually calculate it and put it here. How do I get a reference to the DOM node? View get reference to element. Perfect. Ah, we have refs. Perfect. Okay, so if I say this is a ref for time to render, how do I get this ref? Okay, console log this $refs. Let's see what that is. Aha! And this should be a DOM node. Perfect. Okay, so we can say this $refs time to render becomes inner HTML equals, let's see, and minus this start milliseconds. Great, now it actually shows us how long it took to render. Perfect. Next one is average time. We will also have to update average. No, let's leave that as a computed property. So time to render we'll say is end minus this start, and here we're going to do time to render. Let's just have nodes in our state, not average time as well. That will make it easier. Up. So that way, the reason I'm keeping only nodes in state and the rest is being manipulated directly is so that we're not counting the time it takes to update the meta info as part of our update benchmark. So this is going to be another ref, average time. We can delete this, we can delete this as well, and we say this $refs average time inner HTML equals this average time milliseconds, and we get average time like this. we're going to be putting it in here. Average time equals, or rather times are going to be an array, and we're going to say this dot times dot push time to render, and average time is going to return this dot times a sum of that. So we reduce mem and n, we do m plus n, start with 0, and we divide that by this times dot length. Okay, let's see. Cannot read property push of undefined. Interesting. So, why does start work but times does not? Let's see, console log this. Okay, view component, attributes, new, children, create element, average time, end bench, nodes, start bench. Okay, maybe we do have to move that. Let's see. So what if I do this? Start is null and times is that. Will it work now? Oh, and now it does work. Perfect. And let's see just how many times this is getting called. Console log this dot times dot length. I want to make sure that the first time this renders, it actually, aha. So now we have a problem. Now we're basically, because I moved times into our data, it keeps getting re-triggered, but whatever. Let's keep it like that for now. So the next part is, what is the next part? We need to oh shit, my Fitbit says it needs to be taken for a walk. Right, now I need to make the buttons work, and I have to figure out how to make the buttons work. So let's take the button component from here and put it here, and we're going to say this is all going to be like that. So this is our n for how much we're increasing the node count by. We say n is 1000 because that makes it the same as it was elsewhere. And our class names need to become classes. So class name turns into class. Perfect, that worked. And we need to indent this because prettier doesn't work on that HTML. The next part is I need to make this work. So how do I make click events work in what is this? In Vue. Vue click handlers. Event handling, perfect. Oh, V on click is Okay, so that's a simple counter because it just says counter becomes +1, but we want something a bit more than that. Or do we? Okay, we just put it in methods. Okay, so on click becomes on click equals, those all change to v on click equals stuff, and we're going to take this one out as well. So we change all of those. Insert a prepend, insert append, drop, and remove. Okay, and I'm going to go into the React benchmark and I'm going to just take them, because why not? So we're gonna have the new nodes function that's going to return a bunch of random keys, and I can pretty much use them like this, I think. Let's see. So and this should be a math.round like that, and instead of, what, is there really no prettier here? I thought it was working before. Oh, we need to add this shit. So this is something I really don't like about Vue, is it's using this weird syntax that reminds me far too much of Backbone. And I just feel like this syntax is, you know, JavaScript has evolved since this stuff, and I feel like a lot of Vue is just going back to strange workarounds and strange things we used to do back before JavaScript was as good as it is now. That's another thing I don't like about Vue. Okay. Cool. So we have click. I'll be right back. My Fitbit wants about 100 steps, so I have to go pace around the apartment for a little bit, but the next thing we're doing is we're just changing all of these set state function calls from React to use the Vue approach, which I think is just updating the data directly, and we'll see if that works. So I'll be right back. I can also get rid of my trash in the meantime. All right. So I think we just have to update nodes. So this nodes becomes this new nodes with this dot nodes, and that should be the prepend function. So we can try that works first before we move on to updating the others. So reload, prepend 1000, nope, reference n is not defined because we have to say this dot n. Right? Let's see. Yay, that worked. Perfect. So now I can replicate the same approach in our other functions. Yeah. And then we can go from there. So this dot nodes becomes this nodes and this new nodes. Okay, this part I have to admit is pretty nice. It would be great if React had this instead of needing the set state call. Okie doke. So this dot nodes becomes let nodes equals this dot nodes. That makes it easier. Slice, 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 new nodes like that. Wonderful. Drop is this dot nodes becomes just an empty array. Yeah. Here we say nodes becomes this dot nodes again, and this dot nodes, node slice slice, like that. Something's wrong. Right. Cool. So now we should have a view benchmark that works. And obviously it's slow right now because it's running in development mode and my computer is doing a bunch of stuff for streaming. Like, if you look at this, you'll see that my CPU is pretty taxed right now, so none of the... What? So I wouldn't count any of these numbers as important or valid. But it seems to work. It's actually, I think it's actually faster than Preact, or very similar performance as Preact. And if we say drop, ooh, that was slow. It took a second to drop 20,000 nodes. All right, and we say drop here, that's faster. Okay, that works. Does removing one node work? Yep. Oh, that's pretty fast. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Git status, git add source, git commit -a -m, add view benchmark, git push origin master. Now the next tricky part is we have to make sure so that we can at least pretend the benchmark is valid, we have to find a way to get view to be what? It needs to run in production mode when it's compiled. So let's see what happens if we do yarn build and deploy this to the web and then try it. We should see no complaining from view that it's running in the wrong mode. And if it is running in the wrong mode, then we have to do some work to fix that. I have a weird spot on my lens. Also, I look very overlit on my little display, but it seems fine here. Interesting. I guess it's kind of barely counteracting the background light. So we go to dist and we say now. Let's see if anyone is still with me. Cool. Some people are still there. Stream health is a bit struggly. Oh, I can change thumbnail. I wonder what create highlight does. Huh. Cool. I should start changing these thumbnails. Oh, and I can also schedule streams. That should be fun. I should start doing that. Okay. All of that is meta stuff you don't care about. But I now have this. So let's see if Vue complains. Aha, Vue did not complain about running in the wrong mode, which means it's probably not. And it's still pretty fucking slow. So right now this is looking like React is faster than Vue. Actually no, it's about the same. And then we have Preact, which unfortunately is on the slow side for some reason. Okay, so the next thing we have to figure out is... Okay, Vue seems to be running in production mode, which is good, because if it wasn't running in production mode, it would complain. So the next thing I need is we have to see how the Vue... Man, this is such a lot. I really hate this syntax, but oh well. So let's see how this works. Vue wrapper. I want to see and make sure that that's not ruining stuff. Oh, I should really finish this book. Oh man. Updated March 3rd. No, it wasn't. 6 years ago. Damn. Some other time. Right now, let's see about... Oh, cool. 200 stars. Where was I? DOM benchmark? No. Vue era. Vue era. So here there's no complaining from Vue, but if I run it in on localhost, then there is complaining, which leads me to believe that it's not running in production, that it is running in production mode when it's deployed. See? So I think it's fine, but good call on checking the... Oh, there's no Vue tools, which means it's running fine. See, no Vue tools here, Vue tools here. Let's see, so Vue era, we need to check the Vue wrapper. Source, wrappers, yeah, no, the other way. Vue wrapper, from /vue, Vue wrapper, oh, okay, Vue container, constructor creates the Vue instance, component will receive props, does an update, Vue instance destroy, create Vue instance, does stuff, update Vue, ref this create Vue instance. So yeah, I think this is doing the right thing. Let's just update it here. View component is wrapped in a React component. Inside the view part. Perfect. So I think the next thing I wanted to do with this project is to make the benchmarks shared between different users so that we can globally collaborate on the benchmark and make it more official, and use my Redux blockchain to do the sharing. But I should stop live coding for now and go do some other stuff. So we will do that tomorrow night, or maybe probably not tonight, but tomorrow night we're gonna work on that. For now, we got the view part working, and that's it, I guess. Update view copy a bit, push origin master. I'm gonna build again, I'm gonna deploy again, then I'm gonna go write tomorrow's blog post for this. Yarn build. Cool. CD dist. Now okay. Now alias this DOM benchmark. So anyone who wants to play with this, you can now go to DOM benchmark now sh and play around, and you'll see for yourself the difference in speeds between Vue, React, and so on. And next time I live code, we're gonna make this collaborative, and we're going to make it shared online so that everyone who uses this page shares their results in real time with everybody else who's using the page, and we can see how it performs in real time on different computers, which I think could be cool. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time. And I don't know when the next time is going to be. If not before, it's going to be next Sunday. Bye bye.